Welcome to the first annual Celebration of Service at the Texas Tech Health Sciences Center, El Paso. During this celebration, we will honor our May 2020 graduates who've invested deeply in the El Paso del Norte community, our country, and also in their patients. Throughout their learning experiences, they've sought out and committed to partnerships with community and student-run clinics, schools, organizations, and the U.S. military, hospitals, communities. Their partnerships with the members of our communities have made an indelible impact on not only those who have served, but also on their learning experiences. In this celebration, we will honor members of the U.S. Armed Services who are being commissioned, graduates of the MD and Master's in Public Health dual degree program between Texas Tech Health Sciences Center and UT Health, a recipient of the U.S. Public Health Service Award, medical students who've invested more than 100 hours in service to the community, and the May 2020 nursing graduates who've been recognized with the National DAISY Award for their service to COVID-19 patients. As we come to this time, we're called to consider the circumstances in which our graduates made these commitments to their community. On August 3rd, 2019, many of our students were in clinical rotations in the hospitals that received victims of the mass shooting at the Walmart store located just miles from campus. Many of our students worked with these patients as they recovered over the weeks and months following that tragic day. And now, as they complete their formal degree requirements, the graduates that we honor have done so during a period of global pandemic. These students have had to ask themselves, under these extraordinary circumstances, was medicine or nursing their chosen profession? And they are being recognized because their answer was a resounding yes. Please join us as we celebrate the service of these extraordinary students.
Well, good morning. I'm Dr. Manuel Scheidlower, and I was Maggie Scribner's admissions dean when she came to Texas Tech University Health Science Center, El Paso, Paul Foster School of Medicine. Maggie's now achieving her dream of becoming a physician, and she's preparing to start her residency training at Tripler Army Medical Center in Honolulu, Hawaii. The great pleasure and honor for me to now serve as her commissioning officer as she moves on to her next assignment in the United States Army. To begin, Maggie, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America
and to
the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now proceed with your oath for commissioning as an officer in the United States Army. Maggie, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I,
Maggie Scribner,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance in the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of office
on which I am about to enter.
on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
In addition to Maggie's commissioning, today we also celebrate her promotion from lieutenant in the Health Professional Scholarship Program to the rank of captain. Maggie, you may now pin your captain's insignia.
Ooh, yay.
Congratulations, Captain Scribner.
Thank you, sir.
We now will have some remarks from Captain Scribner.
Thank you, Dr. Scheidlauer, for doing me the honor of being my commissioning officer. And thank you to those who have worked so hard behind the scenes to make this virtual commissioning and commencement ceremony possible. I know I speak for many in my class when I say this is an exciting yet surreal time. Looking back, many people warned me that medical school would be difficult, and I believed them superficially, but I naively underestimated the severity of that truth, as I think many of us entering this profession do. But this kind of challenge fosters the resilience we need. Because now, after many, many years of being just a student, we are being slingshot into the front lines of our healthcare system, and not just as workers, but as leaders. In this moment of economic stress and international health crisis, the title of doctor carries weight. I have the utmost respect for and faith in my classmates as they rise to meet the demands of being newly minted physicians in these circumstances. Personally, I'm beyond grateful for being able to take my next steps at Tripler Army Medical Center. And I'm grateful for the opportunities I've been provided by the many wonderful people and institutions this country houses. To be sure, there is a long road with challenging obstacles ahead of us. But today is a day of celebration. So congratulations to my classmates. I'm continually proud of and inspired by your strength of intellect and spirit. And congratulations to the many educators, administrators, friends, and family members whom have gotten us to where we are now. May our actions moving forward in all that we do continue to earn your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Maggie. And congratulations on becoming a physician and a captain in the United States Army. Thank you for becoming a doctor in this time of so much need for healing and recovery. And thank you for service to our country. Congratulations to you and to all in the class of 2020. Good luck. And all
Thank you.
I am so happy and honored to be part of this celebration. I am often asked, why pursue a degree in public health? Sometimes I'm asked this by physicians, and often I'm asked this by students considering the MD MPH. Well, I hope now in this new world we're living in, living differently in our new environment, we hope the MPH perspective will provide you benefits as a physician. We thank you for what you have all taught us. Your insights and perspectives had us be better at public health. I remember meeting most of you at the MD MPH New Student Orientation. I really enjoyed hearing your stories, listening to why you chose medical school, and also listening to you think about what type of specialty you might want to go into someday. It's really been fascinating for me, and I've been honored to be part of your journey as that has evolved over time. And I've also learned that many of you knew all along where you might fit. I also want to mention I admire your leadership and commitment. Soon after you all became a cohort of students, I was asked to mentor 2 undergraduates from my alma mater in Indiana. They had never left Indiana, had never been to the border region, and they were thinking about medical school. I thank you for your hospitality, your time, your insight with those 2 students. One is now pursuing a medical doctor degree, and the other is pursuing a doctorate in epidemiology. I feel strongly that you all had an influence in those decisions. Now I'd like to acknowledge the following graduates who have earned the MPH while completing medical school. Maria Aleman, Catherine Bowie, Joshua Dodderer, Callie Kirkham, Sajid Leelani, Angie Macias, Meena Manavanan, David Morris, Asad Niazi, who actually earned the MPH in 3 years, and Renee Roy. Thank you for allowing us at UT Health Houston to be part of your journey. We hope that the MPH perspective will help you better treat the health of the individual. So on behalf of Dean Borwinkle and all of the faculty and staff at each of our 6 campuses of UT Health Houston, we congratulate you.
Thank you, Dr. Mena, and congratulations to the MD MPH graduates. We're so excited to have you entering in the career of public health at this historic time, unprecedented times in our nation, when your training as both physicians and public health professionals will be so invaluable. And now it's my pleasure to offer an award to a student in the class of 2020 who was nominated by faculty on our campus and off as the U.S. Public Health Service awardee for the Paul L. Foster School of Medicine. We are pleased to acknowledge Elizabeth Lynn McCain as a 2020 Excellence in Public Health Award from the United States Public Health Service. This is an award that is given nationwide in each medical school, and we are pleased to be a part of that honoring of physicians learning about public health. In our campus nomination letter, we shared the following about the now Dr. McCain. During the past 3 years, Dr. McCain, or Ms. McCain, has been instrumental in creating opportunities on our campus for students to contribute to promoting Healthy People 2020 goals, to achieve health equity, eliminate health disparities, and improve health of all groups. Specifically, Elizabeth has helped to build a sustainable leadership structure for our campus's Martin Luther Day of Service activities that were initiated in 2017 and which have now grown to become a student organization known as the Community Action Research and Engaged Service Collaboration, where Elizabeth led with faculty student executive leadership team. And this year we were in 7 different communities with 16 interventions. And these were planned with community partners to ensure that interventions were tailored to community needs and interests. In her time on the campus, Dr. McCain, as a student, was active in the Student Governance Association, making sure that not only did she have an opportunity to contribute to the community, but making sure there were avenues for all our schools to be active and engaged in service. And we so thank her for that leadership. As well, she dedicated her time through the Young Life program to work with young, less fortunate students and youth in our communities to make sure that they had the mentorship and guidance they needed to pursue the careers and passions that they have in the future. The time she made was remarkable, and most recently, another remarkable event in her life was the birth of her young son, who was born on April 30th, just in the midst of so many things in our society that are hard to celebrate. The birth of Benjamin is certainly something we can all applaud. And we're very much congratulating you, Elizabeth, on the U.S. Public Health Service Award, and of course, as a graduate going on to Duke University in pediatrics. We wish you all the best with your residency. And now I'd like to introduce Elizabeth to offer some remarks about her time here at Paul Foster School of Medicine.
We learned a lot about service during our time at Paul L. Foster School of Medicine. From the formal lessons taught through our curriculum to the life lessons learned through personal experience, I'm sure we all have stories we can share about how our lives have been changed through interacting with the El Paso community. We learned that giving back to our community teaches us not only about our neighborhood, but also about ourselves. We learned that serving others means contributing to something greater. We learned that as healthcare providers and students, our time is a very limited resource. The fact that our class has been able to spend so many hours serving our community is not only commendable, but is also a reflection of the training we have received and the types of doctors we will become. I would like to encourage all of us to continue this spirit of service as we move forward in our careers, remembering that we are a part of a community and that we have the ability and responsibility to make an impact on the lives of the people around us. Thank you very much.
I'd now like to introduce Grant Pham, who served as the service chair for the class of 2020 over his 4 years here at Paul L. Foster School of Medicine. He's made a remarkable difference in our service learning committee and in helping to implement the 100-hour club. Dr. Pham.
I'd like to say congratulations to doctors and military Captain Scribner, and for our USPHS winner, Elizabeth McCain. So I'd like to present the 100-hour data club collected for the class of 2020. And it was a very high turnout rate. We had 88% of our class submit documented hours. I mean, this is the highest ever. As a matter of fact, we had 10 students with over 500 hours. This is far greater than any previous years. Total for our class is 13,088 hours. And I'd like to now transition to Dr. De La Rosa, the Office of Outreach, to honor the 100-Hour Club awardees.
Hi, I'm Jose Manuel De La Rosa. In a former life, I was the founding dean for the Paul Foster School of Medicine. And I want to welcome you to our celebration of service ceremony. Specifically, I want to welcome you to our celebration of those who engaged in community service. Texas Tech was brought to El Paso to serve the community. Service to our community is the epitome of why we founded our university. We constructed our values, we molded our curriculum around service, we emphasized the 3 C's of service: being caring, being competent, being engaged with the community. As I noted, the first introduction into medicine for our students is immersion into the community. As a result of these immersions, many of you felt called to serve our community. This resulted in over 13,000 hours of documented volunteer service by our graduating classes. Some of this occurred during our Martin Luther King Day of Service, while others volunteered their clinical services to 4 different student activities, namely the Baptist Clinic, the Sin Fronteras Migrant Farm Workers Clinic, the Paul L. Foster Medical Student Run Clinic, and the RotaCare Clinic. It was your class that lobbied to obtain a van that has established a new 5th formal service to the community, the Foster School of Medicine Medical Student Run Mobile Care Unit. During our current generational pandemic, you found ways to engage with our community. There were countless informal volunteers organizing to gather blankets and toys for the children's hospitals. You provided translation services in homeless shelters. You collected clothing and served food for refugee hospitality centers. And yes, you even found ways to provide services to those infected with the coronavirus in both the El Paso and Juarez community. It is therefore fitting that we celebrate today during our first annual celebration of service and the 10th Paul L. Foster School of Medicine graduation, your accomplishments. It's my pleasure to announce the top 10 students and their hours of service. Calvin McNelly, 502 service hours. Grant Pham, 503 service hours. Lindsay Wencel, 507 service hours. Akhil Padarti, 550 service hours. Heather Jones, 561 service hours. Carlos Lodeiro, 574 service hours. Rebekah Bongato, 577 service hours. Franz Puyol, 580 service hours. Loc Vin Vo, 624 service hours. And Elizabeth McCain, 676 service hours.
It's my pleasure to announce that the graduating 2020 BSN class has received national recognition through the Daisy Foundation. The Daisy Award was created to honor the life of a man who died from autoimmune disease. The DAISY acronym stands for Diseases Attacking the Immune System. And the DAISY Award in training is specifically for nursing students. To the graduating ABSN class of May 2020, the DAISY Award is presented in deep appreciation for demonstrating extraordinary compassion on the front lines during our clinical rotations at the height of the coronavirus pandemic. Congratulations to the May 2020 ABSN graduates.
Today is a special occasion. We are celebrating, or better yet, recognizing those who selflessly serve. A quote from Maya Angelou: "I learned that you shouldn't go through life with a catcher's mitt on both hands. You need to be able to throw something back." There were many times that our students had never even had one catcher's mitt, but they willingly gave back with both hands. I'd like to start off by thanking my colleagues who have led by example. Dr. Valerie Payton, experienced, full of integrity. She also has a welcoming heart that she opens up to others, and has been a true student advocate. Dr. Lee Rosenthal, she has a network across the globe, and I've never seen anyone get so excited about service as she does and motivate our students. And Dr. De La Rosa, he's been doing this for many, many years. And it's just, service is something that is in his veins. To the students, thank you for all that you have done. You've served our country, the community, and the vulnerable. And I have no doubt that the service will continue no matter where you end up. I'd like to end with another quote. "The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away." William Shakespeare. To the students, I'd like to thank you for your time, your compassion, and your determination to make a difference.